Hi guys, Cinnamon Trader here, 31st of May 2013. Wow, what an interesting week we've had, an interesting month actually. We've come back from the Labor Day long weekend, only 4 days trading this week as you know. What I want to do today is just touch on a few very important charts that I think are crucial to what's happening in the market here. So let's go over now and take a quick look at bonds. As you can see, breakdown in bonds, start of May, and ever since the start of May we have been traveling downwards quite nicely in bonds. Now, the reason why I think this is very important, and a lot of our members have been asking, is because not only have we been traveling down in bonds, we've been selling off, but if you have a look here, we seem to be in a very nice channel where the market has been sold off and we're sort of staying in between that nice support and resistance regions here for now on the market. And now a lot of analysts out there are saying, the market's going to crash, we're going to have a dramatic sell-off here. That could happen. There's a low possibility of that, because realistically, when you have a look at the market, you see these big sell-off days in bonds like we have seen over the last couple of weeks. When you do see that sort of action down in bonds, to me, over the years in my experience, that's not really a big signal of a market that's about to really crash down hard. There's a lot of money coming out of bonds still, dumping back over in the equities in the stock market. And then that leads me to the next chart, which is the S&P 500. Very interesting chart here, taking a very close look at the market here. As you can see on the S&P 500, we were in that very nice channel. Now we have broken down out of that channel, and it is quite interesting to see that the market has not really been doing much at all. We've been in that, since we've broken down out of that rising support line, the market has really just been in that tight range where no one is really in control. The buyers come in, the sellers come in, and we're really just in that basic range trading for now. However, there is one interesting element to this range. I believe on the S&P 500 we're basically in what I call a symmetrical triangle, and what happens is the sellers come in and squeeze the buyers come in and squeeze the sellers, and we get this to and fro, back and forth, until we're right at the end of that triangle at the moment, and obviously the buyers and sellers, one of those sides are going to win. So the reason for doing this video is because I think we're at a very crucial point in the market. When you draw that triangle, we're right at an inflection point where either side is about to win. VIP members know what's about to happen, and also I think they understand what happens after a market reversal because of the shortened week. So very interesting chart here, very interesting developments on the market. 1652 on the S&P 500, holding very well for now. We will see what happens with 1 day trading left. Hope this video helps. Have a great day, good luck trading to you all, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Okay, bye bye.